Welcome to the Best of series. This group of shows will highlight the best of some of my most popular topics from this season and prior seasons. As we round the end of 2023, setting yourself up to not get hella overwhelmed by the holiday trifecta isn't always easy. So buckle up, grab your favorite note-taking device, and get ready to take action toward the change you want to see. See you inside the episode. Welcome to We Ain't Normal. My name is Charmaine Fuller, and I'm an everyday mom sharing how I navigate my ADHD brain. Each week, we share tools, inspiration, and resources to help you uncover how to reclaim your time, energy, and focus. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Now on to our show.
We also have to be willing to learn. And I think that now I've gotten to the point where now I've really adopted this learner's mindset, because it's so necessary for us to really grow too. So, and also with giving ourselves grace, because high performing women are very hard on themselves. And we're expected to know these things, especially like with you, like if you're told, oh, you should already know that. And some people, it's like, that is their life. Yeah. And then it's like you have this negative self-talk that's like beating yourself up. And that's where the mindset thing comes in for me too, because if we're allowing ourselves to learn, it's like, okay, well, I didn't know that. Now I do. And this is how I'm going to do it next time. And allowing ourselves that grace, because no, we're not going to get, there's not going to get this like perfect. And for me, I start like, we all get off track in life too.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're listening to this and, you want to know how to be more productive, and like, let's say you're in a rut right now, a really good way to do that is to think about what are the things that are going to make your day at the end of the day be like, yes, I did that. Not from a sense of like, oh my goodness, I accomplished so much. I'm a good person. I'm a high achiever, blah, 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 blah. No, the things that like bring you joy. Like, what are you doing when you are at your best? What activities cause you to be at your best? And, it comes from the little changes and choices that we make. And, Charmaine actually suggested this book to me. It's a Slight Edge. Phenomenal book. If you have not read it, you absolutely need to, because it is the little choices you make every day. So the choice to get your mind right, take that time for you in the morning. Yeah. Charmaine has a phenomenal 15-minute strategy of how she helps her clients, in the mornings on for their morning routines, because they're so busy. So even as small as something like that, but whatever works for you. And that those little things will make you be more productive.
Me realizing that I need to surrender to the fact that I don't control everything. And the thing that I do have control over is the way I think.
Yep.
What am I thinking? How am I feeling? Am I heated? And if I'm heated, I need to know why I'm heated. For example, a few days ago, when was it? On Sunday, Jordan went over to his grandfather's for the weekend. So it was just me and Jerome, my husband. And I woke up from a nap and I was in a bad mood. I don't know what was going on, but I did not like how I felt. And I was to the point to where like I was annoyed by my husband, and it had nothing to do with him. It was just all me. And I told him, you know what, I need to go for a walk because I don't like how I feel. And I said, and I don't want to take it out on you because I know it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. So I want to just do something that's going to make me feel good and motivate me to get in a better state of mind, because it could have been rough in that house that day. And I don't want that to happen, because I don't like lashing out on people. I used to have I did not have much self-control with that, but now I'm more aware of how I think and how I feel. I'm more in tune to what makes me tick, how I think, when I'm in an environment, like how am I feeling? I pay attention to that so much more. Before I used to not do that, and I would always react. It was just automatic reaction, whether that was good, bad, ugly, seeing red,
all of the above.
Yes. So what's helped me stay motivated is just really paying attention to how I think and how I feel, and staying connected to the things that I want to accomplish without putting unnecessary pressure on myself. But anyway, I've created something that actually works best for me. So like, for example, tonight I'm going to listen. I have a playlist on YouTube of meditation playlist of, you know, certain sounds and frequencies and affirmations that are like subliminal. And I'll listen to that and just sit still. And I'll try to picture it in my head like it's a movie, like of the things that I want to accomplish in my life, whether they're short-term goals or like the ultimate thing that I want, my version of an incredible life. And if I can't like really solidify that vision in my head, in my mind, like if it's not clear, I have a journal. It's a digital journal, and I put my list of things in each area of my life: health, wealth, career, relationships, spiritual, emotional, and I know I'm missing one more other thing. Did I say physical? I don't know if I said that, but basically the 7 key areas. So I write at least one thing that I just really want. And it doesn't have to be like something like so big that it just doesn't seem like I'm never going to accomplish it. It could be something as simple as, you know, like for my physical health, like walk 3 times a week, 2 days a week, Pilates, especially if I'm not doing that right now. So I have to picture myself going outside 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, 5 minutes. Going in outside, walking, you know, have my headphones on, sun shining on my face. You know, I see myself, you know, holding the leash for walking my dog. And I just run that in my head over and over again, because you already know this. You already know about the mind and how, you know, when our subconscious and our conscious sync up together, that's when you're able to actually create the amazing things in your life that you really want. If they're not syncing up, then what I do, I just focus on reading that list of things and visualizing it in my head. And I do that in the morning and at night. And if it's 2 minutes, that's fine. If it's 5 minutes, that's great. If it's 20 seconds, but making the habit of doing it in the morning and night when I'm not being distracted by family, dogs, the TV, traffic, phone, all of that. Like, that's why I do it before I get up and after I go to bed.
Even having self-doubt, just do it. We just got through talking about like the tea party that I held last month. So I started having it last year in honor of my daughter. I have it around her birthday. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it this year. Like, but sometimes you have to just do it. Yeah. And most of the times the things that you're most doubtful about, they're the most successful.
Yeah.
And I will say too, surrounding myself with positive people.
Yeah.
People that speak positivity, because a lot of times, and I can't even say the things that you don't see, because even though you see those things in yourself, that doesn't mean you're not going to doubt yourself. It sounds crazy, but okay, like I know I'm ambitious. I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to, but when that self-doubt comes in, it'll make you just not do stuff. Also, it helps you be more successful, because when you do it in your own might, you're doing it and you're putting more into it.
Yep.
Because if I'm trying to do something for somebody else, and then that person could be telling you you're not doing a good job or whatever, but if you're doing it because you're pushed to do it, you're gonna put more into it. Like, nobody really knew that about my tea party until I put it out there.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not always good to do everything yourself, but I knew that I had to push, because first of all, I had money on the line and I had people coming and all of that. So I knew I was going to push this. And even when it doesn't look like things are going the way you plan, it just makes you push even harder.
Yeah.
And you believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to don't let the self-doubt get in the way. And it's funny that we're talking about this because part of my topic in my speech was having confidence and how confidence is the cure for everything, pretty much, when you need to do things. I even have a t-shirt made. I should have have it right here. Confidence is the cure, because if you don't have that confidence, you ain't going to do nothing.
Nope.
You got to have confidence to even walk in a room.
And ask.
If you don't have that confidence, you're not gonna go, for one thing. And then if you go, you're gonna stand in one spot. So the past few months I've been trying to do more networking things. So
me too.
Yes, and so the person that I pick up mentors all over the place. So one of the girls that I took as one of my mentors, she don't know it, but she's one of my mentors. She said, you got to at least introduce yourself to 3 people. Oh my God.
I'm going to sit by the snack table.
Right. So there comes the self-doubt. There comes lack of confidence, all of that stuff. So you got to push. Like, I got to get these 3 people. So another thing that can help is setting goals for yourself. Setting goals to help with that.
Yeah, I will say I'm very protective of my mornings. So because I know that, I know my personality, my children know not to mess with me in my morning time. My husband knows not to mess with me in my morning time. It's my solitude. It's my quiet. It's where I fill my cup. And I feel like if I can start like up here and full, then I'll be able to output for the rest of people. So some of the things that are very, very important to me is Bible reading. I pick up my Bible, I read portions, and then I meditate because I really, really want to get my mind, again, in that right frame of mind. And then I exercise. So I am also, which is funny, like if you are ever with me, you see my energy, right? I'm energetic. I'm always moving. I'm doing things or whatever. I will literally put on music and work out like I'm about to go fight, right? So if you saw my playlist, you'd be like, girl, what's going on? Like, you angry? You good? But it really gets me like going, like, because whatever that energy, the dopamines, like everything that's flowing, because I purposefully schedule it that way, then I don't feel as stressed or tight when it comes to the next steps. So even in my calendar, how I schedule things, and I do a lot of international business. And so sometimes my schedule starts a little early, but I guard that morning time. Like, you will not get into that slot for me, because I have to have that to be able to get my little oomph and be able to show up. But I also, the other thing that I will say and just add to that, so my phone is on Do Not Disturb from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then it's on Do Not Disturb from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay. So the only people that get through is if I choose, right? So I don't have notifications on for any social media. I have no notifications on for emails. I choose when I sit down and I'm going to look at these emails. I choose when I go onto social media and get the information I need to and jump back out, right? So for me, I have to be very strategic with those things. Otherwise, I get overwhelmed. Otherwise, I don't want to do none of the things. And I'm like, forget all of y'all. I quit. Here's my resignation letter, the pink slip. Yeah.
It's not, that's not what we're made for. I believe that humans are made to have fun, to move around, because this is such a big world to explore.
Yes.
Right? Socially, physically, and with music and dancing, I feel like I'm exploring what my body can do, how much fun I can have.
Right.
And what other moves can I create through this music that I'm listening? It's like you get to be creative, and you get this spark of fun, and you get to move some energy. You get to create. You get to generate this joyful energy that you help nourishing your emotions with.
Yeah.
Right. Then you are creating this solid and I don't know if it's just like, happy and like, emotionally
Emotionally sound. Yeah.
right? And that is the energy that you go out in the world with, that you create your world with, that you interact with people with, that you do your job with. And it's all like, from a place of love and joy and happiness, right? Because you've created on your own. And when you consistently do that, then you understand that you are the one responsible for your own joy. You are the one responsible for your own happiness because you are creating it like right there, right now. Me having that's pretty much like, what I was kind of going with. That's what I was flowing with, not really flowing, like plowing through, right? Because I thought I had no choice. But once I started with my own habits and I got reconnected with myself, I got reconnected with my own joy and my own happiness. I slowly reconnected with my authentic self, what really makes me feel good, what makes me feel just real, what is really real in life, right? And that is how I start developing the boundaries. How's that? This bubble, that is my boundaries.
Right.
And so whatever doesn't resonate with me, I step away from it. I reject it. If it doesn't resonate, if it's not aligned with what brings me joy, I think I'm going to have to say no to that. Right. And as for, now here's an example. When I was super unhappy and depressed back before I got my divorce and everything, I think I told you I was an exhausted mother.
Right.
I hated my job. I didn't have any friends because all my friends, like they just stepped away from our relationships because I was always angry, right? Because I was unhappy. I didn't have a good relationship with myself. And so it was hard, right? If I wanted to focus on, say, the job that I did not like, I teach in an inner city school where the kids come from troublesome environments,
right?
Drugs, violence, and all that. And they came to school needing love and attention that I could not give because I was also depleted and exhausted and depressed. And when I started that relationship with myself, with the morning routine, reconnected with my joy and fun, and got in touch with my authenticity. And, one thing that I kept asking myself when I was, in that state when the world is asleep and I'm not being judged, I asked myself, what is the most fun right now? How can I have fun right now?
I hope you enjoyed today's episode and it freed you to see your life a bit differently. Make sure to check out those show notes in the description for a full rundown of today's episode with all the important links and resources. If you want weekly exclusive episodes with me personally, make sure to sign up for my Simplify My Life newsletter. I'd love to know what you enjoyed about this episode, so leave a review to let me know how I can continue to support you. So Mama, I want you to know, you're doing much better than you think. You're further than you believe, and you're worthy to have it all. So until next time, stay weird and keep doing you, babe.